doing this since the very beginning one. I started out as a walker and then intermittently have been doing this for over 20 years.
This is my second one.
She asked how long you've been working with her. I've been doing
20 years.
I met Kay like 34 years ago, and my oldest son, who was 12, walked in the first walk.
It still is 32 years later that I know it has become for thousands of people what they want to do on Good Friday. And see, that is beyond me, you know, because many of those people haven't met me. They might have heard about me, they might get my newsletters, but there is something in the experience that is very different. It's making a connection between, if you're a person of faith, of whatever faith, you know, it's making a connection between your faith, the realities of the world where there are so many people hungry, oppressed, you know, lousy house, suffering, okay? There's suffering in the world, there always will be. You have faith, there are terrible conditions. And this day, you're connected. You're doing something out of your faith, even if your faith is in humankind. So I'm not saying a denominational creed or anything like that, but a faith in people, you know, a faith in yourself to be able to make a difference. It connects that faith with suffering people, and it does something to help. The essence of the story for me is of the reality and the power of the Spirit some call God in this world. Because when you listen to the story from the beginning until what it is now, nothing else would explain it. I read a story in the magazine section of the Sunday Globe that explained how doctors from Tufts University, which is in the Boston area, School of Medicine, had received a grant from the federal government to do a new kind of healthcare center, preventative health care, and the government wanted two prototypes, one in an urban setting and one in a rural setting. So they established one in Boston at Columbia Point as the urban location, and then they chose Bolivar County, Mississippi, which at that time was the second poorest county in all of the United States. And they found to their horror that the biggest medical problem there was malnutrition, was sheer lack of nutritious food. They ended up forming a farm cooperative with the 600 economically poor families from the 13 towns around Mount Bayou and in Bolivar County. Then someone in Washington made a decision that we really didn't have a problem with poverty in this country, and this agency, OEO, was just wiped out of existence. That's what I read that January Sunday, and I was like, oh my God, that's so wrong. Someone's got to do something. Well, what could I do? I remember that the year before, along with my Sunday school class, I had taken part in a walk for hunger. And I thought, well, you suppose we could have another walk for these 600 families so that they would know that someone cares about them. I went for the first time in 1972 to the rural Mississippi Delta, and nothing in my education prepared me for what you see there. The poverty, the economic poverty is so visible there. And so at that point we narrowed our focus even more, and we said we are going to help children who live in the rural South, who are African American, and whose families are economically poor. And we do that by supporting organizations who are having a direct impact on children that fit that category. At least 94 cents out of every dollar is going directly to organizations, and Another thing in there that helps people is that I go back every year and visit, and the monies that have been raised have been divided among about 24 different organizations over time. In the year 1990, we had to celebrate because we reached another milestone. We had given away $1 million. Given away, okay? We had a great party. It was fantastic. And in the year 2000, we gave away our second $1 million. And so as of January 1st of this year, January 1st of 2004, Sharing has given away over $2,506,000. I believe the most important thing is that the people have felt supported. The people have felt that there are other people who care about them. There is still much injustice in this country, and it is not just in the rural South. As I say, racism does not just exist in the South, it exists all over. And we, all of us, need to be about trying to become aware and trying to correct it, trying to understand and then trying to correct it. When I say we, I try to mean all of us who are human. You know, that we are on this planet, such a delicate planet. We are in this boat together. We are one. We are made from the same fabric of life. And I think we are called to recognize that and then live it, to open ourselves and trust one another, you know, and find out that we are much more alike than we are different.
Oh, yeah.
As we have some things around here like aprons and buttons that say, I believe in sharing. I do. I believe in sharing.